strap in for all of the jokes about my dead friend, because we are at those jokes now.
I travel every fucking day. This is how I earn my living is I go around the world telling jokes. So when tragedy happens in my life, I'm never at home. I'm just on the road at a comedy club. Just, you know, it's rough to get bad news near that many chicken tenders. And I was in San Francisco, and my best friend's brother called, and he explained that we were at the end of the road, and he literally went, he had been in a coma, and he just went, we're unplugging him tomorrow. This is the end. And I don't know if you guys have ever experiencing like that, something that dark, but my first and only reaction was to ask, why are we waiting until tomorrow? And then his brother beautifully responded with, that was my question as well. And he went, the guy that does it, he went home for the day. I gotta tell you, I've thought a lot about that guy. I think that guy has the best life. What an amazingly easy job. What are the consequences in his world? What happens when he fucks up? Oh, Rick, how was your day? Rough one today. 3 people lived. Now, I don't know everyone's age in here. I'm 38. 38 is old enough that I don't take public transport from airports anymore. I get in an Uber. I can't afford it. I don't fucking care. I ordered an Uber. I am minutes away from a breakdown. I get into the Uber. As I'm getting in the Uber, the fucking driver, I got bad luck with Uber drivers. This guy just went, hey, seatbelt on, right away. And I clicked in my seatbelt, and as soon as I did, I just burst into fucking tears. I just cried. We hit traffic. We were in that car for an hour and 10 minutes, and I didn't stop crying once. I want to point out, this woman gets it, because when I said I cried for an hour and 10 minutes, she didn't laugh. She bowed to me like the student has become the master. That was fucking awesome, miss. May I say, you seem like someone that can really cry efficiently in public. You know what I mean? And that is an absolute compliment. I guarantee there's not shrieks or wails, just that very powerful, confident stance, just wet cheeks. Just, and if someone asks, you just go, not now. You know what I'm saying? The way I cry, it's a, You see me crying, you don't think, that man needs help. You see me crying, and you just think, we're gonna need some help. We arrive at my hotel after an hour of 10 minutes of me scream crying and him trying to drown it out by adjusting the radio station. We get to the hotel, he turns the car off, he turns around, he looks at me and he just goes, you didn't have to put on your seatbelt if it was gonna be that big of a deal.
So I arrive at my best friend's funeral. I'm supposed to be the pallbearer. I'm getting ready, you know what I mean? My best friend's brother runs up to me, he looks at me and he goes, look, I was supposed to tell Larry that he was doing the eulogy. I forgot to tell Larry. I'm gonna need you to do the eulogy. You got 5 minutes. Now, I did not want to have to improvise a eulogy for someone that I love deeply, that was very much impacted on my life, made me the man that I am today. But also, he deserved a eulogy. Someone has to give it to him. I don't know if you've ever been to a funeral where there's no eulogy, but you leave the funeral thinking, what a fucking prick that guy must have been. Everyone gets a eulogy. I've been to a dog fucker's funeral. And someone got up there and went, look, Roy loved dogs. Some might say too much, but who am I to judge? So with 5 minutes left, I find a corner of the funeral parlor. I start scrawling out the notes for this man that meant so much to me. And then a slightly older, straight white man walked towards me. The worst thing that could happen. I don't know if you've met a straight white man 50 and above, but if you are busy doing something, they have an anecdote that does not pertain that you are about to hear. This man then told me a 7-minute story about a speech he saw at a wedding that was very bad. Here is the content of that story. He was at a wedding. The bride's father got up and told a story of the time when she was 7 and they were walking by a riverbank. They saw 2 ducks making love to each other on the side of the riverbank. Then I was then explained that it's very graphic and intense when ducks have intercourse with each other because the male duck has a corkscrew-like penis that he launches at the lady. I heard penis is launched as I saw my best friend's casket loaded into a funeral home. Do you know how weird that memory is? I miss Paul. Ducks' penises are weird. Ha ha ha. So finally, he then says, well, do you know what she did to cope with seeing that at 7? I was just like, I don't know, man. He went, she sang a song that she wrote whenever she thought of it to calm her down. He then sang the song for me, and at the end of it looked at me and said, well, what would you do if your daughter saw 2 ducks fuck? And I just looked at him and said, I don't know, man. My gym teacher never told me. What is up, Toronto? How we doing tonight? Good, yes? Woo! Fuck yeah. Just a red coat, not smiling. Fucking dig it, brother. Thank you for venturing out of Ossington and Bloor for the evening. That's right, I used to live here. I know all your local references. Welcome in Etobicoke, Mississauga, or Scarborough. Which one? Etobicoke. I just want to point out the family in the front row all thought I fucked that up, and then when I nailed it, the dad looked at me as if to say, well done.